Louisiana Ragin Cajuns quarterback Zeon Chris on Locked On Sunbelt.
You are Locked On Sunbelt, your daily podcast on the Sunbelt Conference, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, Dave Schultz back with another edition of Locked On Sunbelt, your team every day. Continued thanks for allowing the channel to grow. We're almost at about 670 subscriptions on YouTube. That's fantastic. And the audio portion continues to grow as well. Please subscribe in Apple Podcast or Spotify, or both if you want. And if you do Apple, please rate and review. It is a big help. We do thank you. It is continuing to grow and continuing to grow. All right, we have the quarterback of the Louisiana Ragin Cajuns, Zeon Chris. He came in for the injured Ben Wooldridge last week and led the Ragin Cajuns to a 41-21 victory over UAB. It wasn't nearly that close, as it was 41-3 midway through the fourth quarter. What's it like now leading the Ragin Cajuns, preparing versus, as a starter versus a backup? He did take all the snaps in spring ball with Wooldridge recovering from knee surgery and Chandler Fields having an emergency appendectomy. I get that word right again. I'm so impressed with myself. And so we'll talk to him about a lot. Also, a little fun chit-chat at the end. They watch a movie the night before the game. Who picks the movie? And what was the movie last week before they beat UAB? It is Zeon Chris, Louisiana Ragin Cajuns quarterback on Locked On Sunbelt. Dave Schultz back with another edition of Locked On Sunbelt, your team every day. Really honored and thrilled to have our next guest. He is now, at least for the next 4 to 6 weeks and maybe more, the new starting quarterback for the Louisiana Ragin Cajuns. He is Zeon Chris. Zeon, congratulations on a great ball game against UAB. When I thought about it, you only played 2 quarters. What's up with that? You can't even play 3 quarters. You didn't play the first quarter. Oh, you did play the first quarter. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you did play the first quarter. You only played 3 quarters. All right, so let's talk about that. What is your mindset when Ben goes down 4 plays into the game?
My mindset, as I'm looking at Ben, I kind of seen the play before. He kind of got up blipping a little bit. And, Ben, he's a tough guy. I give credit to Ben. He works very hard, lovable guy. And the next play, he made a completion out to a hitch, and he was trying to push through it. But, I see him go down, and in my mind, I'm like, all right, I got to get ready to go, try to get warmed up. I know Coach Dez is about to call me in. So, as I'm going in, I wasn't nervous, but I was excited to, finally get some snaps, get some reps.
So you think he was actually hurt on the play before he came out?
Yeah, he was, but he's a tough guy. He didn't really show it, but he was trying to push through it.
Right. All right, so let's go way back. How did you and why did you decide to come to play football for the Louisiana Ragin Cajuns?
Coach Napier, he first recruited me here. I liked the way the culture he was running, things like that. And when he left, I kind of had some doubts because, I didn't know who was about to be the next head coach and things like that. So I started just looking at other places because I didn't know what was about to happen. But Coach Dez called me and he was telling me, tell me all about things that's going to stay the same and try to give it a chance. And, I looked at Dez and said, I'm going to take a chance on it. And I, took a chance on it. The culture is good. It's like a family here. It's like home. And it's closer to home to where I stay. So my parents can come watch games and things like that. But I'm loving the way Coach Dez is teaching me and correcting me on how to be a good quarterback. Not just a good quarterback, but he's critiquing me even on the little things. So I like here.
So you're a little bit different quarterback than what they had before with Levi Lewis, much more of a game manager, and really did not like to run the football. There would be many times I'd be looking at the TV and he could do an RPO. And, if he goes around if he takes it, he goes around and easily either gets a first down or a touchdown. You are taken off. You are a dual threat. Why the Cajuns when, they kind of like a game manager and they just want to run the football? You wanted to come in. You got a great arm. And as everybody saw on your 80-yard run, very athletic. Yeah,
so Coach Dez, he lets me he kind of opened the playbook a little bit more. But he told me if I have a lot of green grass and I know I'm gonna take, he said he knows it's a part of my game. So and it also helps me get flowing. So being able to take a couple of hits and run it, he said whenever you have green, just take it. And as I was running down the field, I seen got green grass and I took off and went to go score. So that's part of my game. So.
All right, we're talking with Zeon Christ, new starting quarterback for the Ragin Cajuns. Ben Wooldridge is out at least 4 to 6 weeks with an injured foot. All right, so let's go back to the spring. Right, we got Ben Wooldridge coming off a knee surgery, so he's not going to compete. It's going to be you and Chandler Fields, and then he has, let's see if I can say the word right, an emergency appendectomy. Oh, I did. How about that? And you're getting all of the reps. How did they manage that? Because, I mean, somewhere along the way, you got to catch your breath. You just can't be throwing it all the time. Usually you'd get, you guys are trading reps. So how would they manage that through a practice just to make sure, A, you'd be able to handle it, and B, your shoulder wasn't going to fall off?
Yeah, Coach Des was very concerned about it. He steady was checking up on me and asking, is my arm okay, and things like that. But even in indie drills, they was trying to kind of back down on certain things, to rest my arm. The preparation outside of practice is like icing and getting stretched every day, doing those things and trying to lay low on it a little bit. But overall, I believe that, my arm really wasn't getting too tired. Many people might say that, but, my power really comes more from my legs. So, and my arm just my guide. So I just got to make sure I stretch it and things like that and don't overuse it. But they managed it pretty well. Coach Bonesaw and his staff did a pretty good job.
All right, so what did you learn last year getting all the reps? You were able to see everything. And if they're going to open, they're going to give you the offense, and then they're going to say, all right, what are you good at and what can we add? What did you learn about football that maybe you may not have if you weren't getting all the reps?
Getting all the reps, to get reps over and over again and to create habits and, certain players get used to it. Before you would taking partial reps and things like that and sharing. But taking all the reps, it gave me a very good confidence booster because I did it so many times every day. And so now I have the confidence going into the summer and into the fall that I know I can really do this. And, before it might have been like, I don't know, but now taking all the reps and I've seen it every day. I get the protections right every day. And just doing it over and over, constantly creating habits, that's what helped me.
How long does it take you to learn a play and rep it correctly where you're not thinking about it, you just do it, right? Because somewhere along the way, like you said, either Dez or Tim Leger or somebody else is going to be like, no, your arm was coming down too low, or you weren't on your toes, or, kind of giving you constructive criticism. And I presume that's what you were working on a lot in the offseason and in spring. So how long does it take you to, all right, this is where my arm slot has to be? Because basically it's just about you trying to repeat it every single time. And that's not the easiest thing to do all the time, especially, when you got big guys chasing you down.
Yeah. It takes a while. I would say it depends on what certain plays it is, because some plays have more complexity. I don't know if that's a word or whatever, but usually takes a while to get used to it. And because, we might have, let's say we got full progression reads. We might want to hit, a flat route in a corner and over. Doing it over and over again and then going back and watch film or how can I correct it better, and then, doing it over and over again, making it better and making it better. Honestly, I'll say to perfect one play, I'll probably say I give it a week and a half. So
okay. All right, let's take a time out. When we come back, does Zeon Christ watch a lot of football, and what quarterbacks does he watch, and does he take anything from them? Is there anything he can take from them, how they play as he's watching them on TV? Let me tell you a little bit about Birddogs. It's been a minute, hasn't it? Birddogs make you look good. Birddogs stretch khaki shorts are designed to fit slimmer through the thigh and leg, giving you a truly sculpted look. Birddogs shorts do the exact same thing as Lululemon, but fit way better. They fit way better than regular shorts that are made of that stiff, restricting cotton. Birddogs fixed this issue by inventing cloud knit fabric that looks just like khaki, but stretches, so you get a way slimmer fit without having to sacrifice movement. Birddogs uses anti-stink sweat wicking fabric that keeps you cool and dry all day long. Birddogs are functional for any occasion. You want to go golfing, you're out on a date, evening out, going to the pool, working out. lounging around, whatever you may be doing. We do have this Yeti style tumbler from Birddogs, right? We had that. Now you get a water bottle if you do order from Birddogs. You go to birddogs.com/lockedoncollege or enter promo code lockedoncollege at checkout for a free Birddogs water bottle with your order. That's birddogs.com/lockedoncollege for a free water bottle at checkout. You won't want to take your Birddogs off. We promise you. Love my Birddogs. Love them. And they come in handy down here when it is hot and humid in the South. All right, it's Dave Schultz, Locked On Sunbelt, your team every day. Let's get back to our conversation with Zeon Christ. What quarterbacks does he watch, and can he take anything from watching other college quarterbacks or watching the pros? All right, we're talking to Zeon Christ, Ragin Cajuns quarterback. They are hosting the Buffalo Bulls this week, a MAC and a Sunbelt matchup. All right, what about do you watch other quarterbacks? Because I'm sorry to say, a Patriots fan, but been down in New Orleans, been watching Drew Brees and now Derek Carr and everybody in between. But it always seemed like if Brady held on to the football for more than one beat, then the play was cut off, right? Because he knows where he's going with the ball based on the defense. Kind of like what Levi Lewis was, honestly, right? First three, you're in good shape. And then we see what Derek Carr did a couple of weeks ago against with Rashid Shaheed, where he drops back. He's looking right the whole way. He did not look left for a second before he started to throw, right? He's looking right, and then he throws left. What do you take? Do you watch the NFL a lot? Do you watch college football? Were you watching well, I guess you're on a plane between Colorado and Colorado State, but maybe you guys were watching it on the plane. Are you watching these guys? Do you pick up anything when you watch other college teams or the NFL?
Yeah, I do like to watch other different quarterbacks and take part of their game and, add it to mine. Tom Brady has special things that not many people can do. Lamar Jackson has special things, Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
So I like to take parts of everybody else's game and try to add it to mine and improve my abilities and things like that. I also love to watch college football. I know it's fun and exciting, but learning from even the veteran quarterbacks that've been here already, learning from them and how do they manage, even as becoming a better leader and things like that. So I like to take part of that game and add it to mine.
Zeon, that Colorado Deion Sanders thing is a phenomenon. I was up till 1:33 in the morning watching the game. I have not. This is how old it's been since we watched, but the nation watched that ball game, right? They had over 9 million people watching it way late in the night. We haven't watched a full Colorado game since Cordell Stewart was playing before your time. And the guy who's now the offensive coordinator at Washington, Eric Bieniemy. We haven't watched a full Colorado game in like 30 years.
Yeah, we was watching it on a plane. We was getting excited and stuff like that. We had a little wait time to get back home, but we was watching that game. It was very exciting. I loved it.
Yeah, it was exciting, and it's a lot of fun what he's doing out there. Do you understand the people who are rooting against Deion Sanders? Because I don't know who they are. Who's rooting against Deion Sanders in Colorado, other than the teams that they're playing against?
The team.
But hasn't this been great for everybody?
Yeah, I mean, I love Deion Sanders, man. He's one of my inspirations, even growing up, and to see him even chasing the Lord and he having different ways, like being different. That stands out to me because I don't like to be like everybody else. I like to be different. I like what Coach Deion Sanders doing up in Colorado and turning things around.
Yeah, but you never saw him play, right? That's the thing that's amazing. You only know him from TV.
Yeah, I only know him from
video
TV.
games.
Yeah, video games, old video games. But yeah, I only seen him watch on TV and things like that.
Yeah. So my father actually, back in the day, he was coming up through played for the Yankees. Came up through the Yankees. He was actually in Double-A outside of Albany, New York, in the middle of the town where they were playing, in the middle of nowhere. My father went to go watch Deion Sanders play a baseball game. It was a little bit of an effort, but it's a lot of fun to hear that kind of story. There's only a few thousand people there, and not sure. I guess everybody who was there probably knew what was going on, but there wasn't a whole lot of people there. We're talking to Zeon Christ, Locked On Sunbelt, your team every day. All right, so what's the difference between preparing as a starter versus a backup?
It's not really much of a difference. Coach Dez always preach, prepare like you the starter. You know, it never happens. And like last week, I had to make sure I was prepared, and then going to the game, like if I wasn't prepared, I wasn't gonna be ready. So Coach Dez made sure all the quarterbacks are prepared the same way Ben's prepared. So, and also just taking after what Ben learns and what he shows us. So we like to learn how to do those things.
But there is a difference, right? It's like a golf tournament. You're sleeping on the lead or you're in second, even by one stroke, right? There's got to be a little bit of difference. I actually brought up, I'm not sure why last week that all kinds of conspiracy theories, so it's a lot of fun to think about it. But why Jalen Milroe didn't start for the Tide and then bring in, Buckner, but maybe he wanted him to sleep on it because it's different. This is going to be your first college start. And it's going to be a little bit different knowing that you're the guy. So there is some excitement, some anticipation, maybe a little nervousness, which is okay. All that comes with it. But it is a little bit different knowing you're going to be the guy taking the first snap compared to maybe being the guy going to be taking the first snap.
Yeah, and that way, the emotional part and mental part, that's different. And, knowing that you're going to be the guy, to help a team, lead them to victory, a lot of pressure could be put on you, but when you at practice each and every day, doing the right things, doing the correct things, leading up to the game, it helps you build that confidence so you can go out there knowing that you're going to be able to do well.
We're talking with Zeon, Chris, Locked On Sunbelt, your team every day. All right, so I'm sure most people know this by now, but for a while I certainly didn't back in the day. But you guys actually stay in a hotel, right, for a home game, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you stay in a hotel for a home game. What do you have meetings? You're going over. What is Friday night like for you guys to get ready to play the next day?
Friday night, right before we get to the hotel, we go through walkthroughs, and then we go to the hotel, we go eat, we go watch a movie, we go relax, get everything off our minds, things like that. After we come back from the movies, we go through meetings and going over the things we're going to go through for the game the next day. And then, we get some sleep and then wake up the next day. We go through meetings, eating breakfast, and get ready for the dinner, have another walkthrough, and get ready for game day.
Okay, one more time out. When we come back, we'll wrap up our conversation with Zeon Chris, the Ragin Cajuns quarterback, talking about what they do on a Friday night to get ready for a ball game. They do watch a movie. Who picks out the movie, and what movie did they watch last week against UAB? Time to tell you about Jase Medical. This is important. Everyone should be empowered to care for themselves and their loved ones during the unexpected. That's why Jase Medical offers the Jase case. The Jase case provides 5 life-saving antibiotics for emergency use and gives you peace of mind so that you're not just hoping that you have access to medication in an emergency. Jase Medical makes sure you have the medication in hand. Jase Medical is simple. They handle everything from the online evaluation to licensed pharmacy medication delivery and ongoing consultation and care. Don't get caught unprepared. Save more than $360 by getting these life-saving antibiotics with Jase Medical, plus an additional $20 off by using code LOCKEDON at checkout on jasemedical.com. That's JASE medical.com, promo code LOCKEDON. All right, Dave Schultz, Locked On Sunbelt, your team every day. All right, let's wrap things up with Zeon Chris, the Louisiana Ragin Cajuns quarterback, now going to play for at least probably 4 to 6 weeks, and we'll see what happens at that point in time. But you got to imagine if he's playing well, it's going to be tough to make a switch at that point in time. They host the Buffalo Bulls. What does he know about them? And who selects the pregame movie, right, before the night before the game? And what was it last week before playing UAB? He is Zeon Chris, Louisiana Ragin Cajuns quarterback, on Locked On Sunbelt. Who chooses the movie?
I honestly don't know, but I think the leadership group, the seniors, I think they choose the movies.
Oh, okay. All right, man. You need to look into that.
Yeah, I do, but they have been choosing some pretty good movies lately.
All right, what did we see last week?
I haven't heard about it, but when I watched it, it was amazing. It was based off a true story. Gran Turismo. It was about like a race car movie.
Oh yes, the video game kid. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Is that a good movie? It looks a little corny the way they were doing it, but
I love the movie. It was kind of motivational because the guy started playing video games driving, and now he's a a professional driver now.
Yes,
And at the end of the movie, it was saying it was based off a true story. And I'm like, wow.
it is. Yeah. Did you go Google it? Because it is absolutely a true story. It was fascinating when it came out way before the movie. But this guy, for those who don't know, just a kid playing video games, ends up becoming a Formula One race car driver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So thumbs up from Zeon Chris on Gran Turismo. Do you play video games? Do you do the Madden and the Call of Duty? Is that your thing or no?
I don't do it as much as I used to do back in high school. Now I got a lot of time on my hands,
Right.
But whenever you get free time, like you relaxing with your brothers, your teammates, we love to play Madden, like 2K competitive games and things like that. And that's what we do. But now, it's not, I don't really play video games that much, but I still like them though.
Sure. All right. All right. Let's wrap things up here with Zeon Chris, Ragin Cajun starting quarterback. What do we know about the Buffalo Bulls?
They're I think they're a hungry team.
Yeah,
I know they're
so.
having a bad preseason right now, but I think they're gonna come in hungry, to get a win. They're a pretty big team, solid team. I think they're good players and things like that. But I know we need to stay ready and not take them lightly.
And so how much input are you having? I presume somewhere along the way they go over the play sheet with you, like, we're good at this. Can you do that? I'd rather do this. How much input do you have? And does that discussion go on Friday night? Like, this is the game plan. These are the plays. Let's focus on, let's narrow it down. And this is what I'm good at. We can try that play, but I'd rather do this one. How's that conversation go?
We talked to the coaches throughout the whole week, saying what things we like, even what things we're seeing, how that's making us feel and things like that. And the coaches are showing us, different looks to help us, get comfortable. And if we haven't repped it enough, or if the play not, developing a certain right way, then we just probably take it out. But, we talk to the coaches a lot, and we, they give us feedback, and we tell them how we feel about the play and things like that. We got a little bit of input on it.
All right, so let's back it up. Let's do this full circle. You come in a little bit timid, right? Probably a little bit nervous, coming in right at the beginning of a ball game, kind of aiming some throws. Coach said he tried to get you an easy completion. It was an easy completion to Peter LeBlanc. You missed. Kind of aiming the ball. But then you had a 90-minute weather delay, and you did change some things. How much did that relax you, knowing that it was, going to be towards your strengths?
Yeah. Going into the game, I wouldn't say I was nervous, but I was trying not to mess up, as you could say.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So
yes, that's exactly right.
Yeah. So, and I knew what I was doing. So I know, I gotta pick it up. So we go into the 90-minute rain delay. Coach is like, he's gonna I kind of do a few basic plays, fundamental, to get me rolling a little bit. And the whole time in the locker room, I was listening to music and talking to the players, things like that, how we're gonna attack different coverages and things like that. But it was kind of relaxing, and I was starting getting amped up. I was ready to go. I was just hungry for it, and everybody was listening to music. We was all hyped, so we went outside and started warming up, and I felt good. I felt ready to go.
Yeah, so there you go. So the difference between, as we mentioned, thinking about it and just doing it, like your first couple of plays, it looked like you were thinking about it, and then once you stopped thinking about it and just saw green grass in front of you, you just did it.
Yeah.
He's Zeon Chris. He's the Ragin Cajuns quarterback. They host the Buffalo Bulls on Saturday. Thank you so much for hopping on Locked On Sunbelt, and best of luck this season. Thanks so much, Zeon.
Thank you.